You're watching Service Drive, exclusively on CBT News.
Welcome to Service Drive on CBT News. Fluid testing is becoming a bigger topic across service departments. Instead of recommending maintenance strictly from a menu or mileage interval, more dealers are using actual fluid conditions to guide their recommendations. Joining us now is Nolan Armpriester, who is the general manager of Twin Pine Ford of Hamburg, who has an extensive background in fixed ops to discuss this very approach. So, Nolan, thank you so much for joining us once again here at Service Drive.
Thank you for having me, Jim. It's always a pleasure.
Sure. So let's jump right in. Why is testing vehicle fluids provides a more, I would imagine it provides a more accurate picture, right?
Sure, it does. And I think it also builds the confidence with the customers. But, the truth is that we don't know if a vehicle's fluids need to be replaced or not. And going off a menu is just guessing, right? So the best thing to do is actually test each fluid individually, look for that additive broken down, and then present the customer the results from there.
Yeah. What are some of the common misconceptions that customers have about lifetime fluids and extended service intervals?
Yeah, so I think, a lot of us are old enough to remember, but a lot of domestics and car manufacturers had major services years ago, 30, 60, 90K services that were very expensive. And what happened, over the course of time was OEMs wanted to show a lower cost of ownership to customers.
Yeah.
So they stretched those intervals, right? And rather than telling you to flush your transmission at 30,000, they now say it can go to 150,000, but it's the same fluid and the same components. So what really changed was just their recommendation. So
right.
That is what made me start really questioning their process and led us down the path of testing them. And what we found is there is no true answer, right? Mm-hmm. It's all based on people's driving habits. The only thing that truly breaks down the additive in these fluids is heat. So, I always use the example with my guys, if it's a little old lady driving her car, she may not need anything done at 50,000 miles.
Yeah.
Conversely, you might have a police interceptor with 5,000 miles on it, and they need every fluid replaced because it idles all day.
Yeah.
So I just think, guessing and going off a menu is an antiquated way to do it. And I think, testing it and presenting the results is the best way to go.
Yeah. And of course, the factory wants you to come in more and more, as probably the dealer does too, to every time the customer comes in for a service interval, there's more dollars to be made there, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's always our job to look for any exceptions and work that we find, but I believe in doing it the right way. I don't want to be labeled, as a dealership that's gouging or recommending work that's not needed. So yeah. I think the best way to do it is to really test everything and understand what you're selling to the customer and only selling them what they need.
That's right. There's a difference in customer trust and repair decisions when recommendations are backed by actual test results, right?
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, for sure. And our process, we start testing fluids at 20,000 miles because they're going to be good, more than likely, right? And we want the customer to watch the fluids deteriorate over time. So when it's time to present them with the exceptions, they've watched it go bad along with us.
That's right. Talk to me about the role that cost of ownership plays in the service department today.
Yeah, cost of ownership is huge, right? And we do know, on the domestic side, there are some quality issues out there where customers may spend a little bit more repairing. On the foreign side, it's mainly maintenance, but cost of ownership is a huge thing, and OEMs want to show owners a low cost of ownership. They don't want to show them huge maintenance menus. And I think it is important that they do so, but it's also important that the customer understands that is just a recommendation from them, and it's truly based on their habits. So, the cost of ownership, it depends how you use your vehicle, and that depends what the cost is going to be.
That's right. Are all your guys doing walkarounds in your service department?
We do. Yeah, we do walkarounds. We do video MPIs. Again, it's that level of transparency for the customer that was always missing in dealerships. And I think that's becoming more prevalent, every day right now. Yeah.
But you really think all the guys are doing 100% walkarounds on all the, because, it seems to be still a frustration or a point of frustration with service directors that will say, I can't get them to always do walkarounds. And sometimes I'm talking to a top producer and I'm going, do the walkarounds, send the videos, and yet that's my star pupil in terms of, most hours written and most dollars made.
Yeah, I would love to say that we're 100% compliant, but I'd be lying, right? There's always those that fall through the cracks. But what we've done is, because not every technician wants to be the guy that's taking the video or sending it. So we identified one or two people that we have handle all the walkarounds and video MPIs in our store, and they handle them for all the technicians.
Oh, really? Okay.
That way, it's just, they're younger, they're well spoken. Some of these older technicians, you're going to have a hard time getting them in front of a camera and to show people what they're finding. So we identified a couple of younger people that really like that role, and we have them do that for the entire operation.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, because they definitely, that the video definitely works. It builds trust immediately, confidence in the overall transaction with consumers. Consumers end up showing it to other people. Look at the video that I just got from my service department at my dealership, right? I mean, it's proven to work.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That's the same with the fluid inspections. We present the customer with a bifold card every visit that has the fluid samples on it, so they take it with them. And again, seeing's believing. We're not necessarily telling them their fluid's going bad. We're showing it to them. We're showing them the additive breaking down. To your point for video MPIs, we're not just recommending brakes, we're showing you that your brakes are worn down. So it just builds that level of trust and transparency that, like we said, has been missing for quite some time at dealerships. Right.
You've come out of the back end of the business, as we used to call it, the fixed ops, and you're general manager now. I always found that general managers that came out of fixed ops became great general managers and often went on to become dealer principals because they knew both sides of the business pretty well. And that's probably the case with you, right? Are you knocking the cover off the ball in fixed ops, and at the same time you're selling a bunch of cars?
I mean, I hope that's true. Yeah, I mean, we definitely try our best. I do find that fixed ops people are generally more process oriented. A little more structured, and I think that's one of the things that's helped me in my career is just being so structured and process oriented. And not that sales aren't always that way, but most times they're not. So when you have a guy has fixed background and process oriented, it definitely helps.
Yeah, no question. And now with the age, the age of cars on the road now, 12, 13 years. You're seeing that in fixed ops, right? I mean, you're probably doing some record numbers back there.
Yeah, I think the ownership cycle really got stretched, during COVID, and I don't think the industry's recovered from that yet. But I mean, for fixed ops, it's a great thing. For sales, not so much.
Right.
But that ownership cycle being stretched, I mean, fixed ops right now seems to be the moneymaker of a dealership for most stores. I think you'll see that switch, and it always goes back and forth in some respect. But I think right now for 2026, fixed ops seems to be the main driver.
Yeah, for sure. Are you dishing up appraisals for everybody that comes into the service drive?
Yeah, so I've partnered with a company, and we what they do is they integrate into our DMS, and we send every customer who fits our criteria out an offer for an appraisal before they come in for their service appointment. So if they respond in a positive tone, it pushes it right into our CRM as a lead.
Nice.
And our sales team takes it over from there. So we've had some pretty positive results with that so far.
Very nice. You're happy with that provider?
Yeah, we are a very good partner. They've helped us a lot. We use them for pickup and delivery as well. So it's just a nice platform. And again, it's a very soft reach out to the customer. It just sends them a text message, asks them if they'd like an appraisal. And if they respond in any warm tone, then we move from there.
Oh, nice.
We've had very good success with it so far.
Would you mind sharing who that provider is? Because I know that's going to be in the comment section.
Zap Moto.
Okay.
Clint Curtis and Troy Blackwell. The guys there have been fantastic working with our dealership. So just a fantastic program, well worth the cost. It's minimal for what you get out of it.
Nice. Thanks for sharing that, because we want to be bringing those solutions to dealers. How are you feeling about the second half of the year?
I'm feeling positive about it. I think we're going to see sales continue to increase. I think fixed ops will continue to grow, and I'm expecting a big second half of the year. So hopefully we're right. July was fairly strong. August is usually an up and down month just due to Labor Day, back to school, all the stuff that comes at the end of the month. But usually beyond that, September through December is very strong. So we're hoping to finish this thing out the right way.
Good. Remind me again, are you guys doing mobile service?
We do. Yeah, we have 18 vehicles on the road. We have a large mobile service operation that services about 3 or 4 states.
Right. Wow. So. That's incredible. Do you expect to increase the size of that fleet?
I do. We previously had 33 vehicles running. With my last organization, we had 3 shifts. So
Wow.
we'd like to get back to there, but it does take time to grow it back to that spot. So that's where we're at right now. We're in the scaling phase, and hopefully we can get back there within the next 18 months.
Yeah, and Ford's pushing that pretty hard, right? For their
Just
dealers.
a fantastic ambassador for mobile service. I think they're the one OEM that's done it right so far, and they support their dealerships. They have an incentive program that helps you offset the initial loss of, because you're starting a new company essentially, right?
Yeah.
And as mobile service, you should always treat it as its own business, separate it on the financial statement, measure your success. And I think Ford has really allowed dealers to bridge that gap from losing money to being profitable with that incentive. So, kudos to Ford and what they've done.
Yeah, no question. That's awesome. Nolan Armpriester, General Manager of Twin Pine Ford in Hamburg. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. The update has been great. I know that our viewers will get a lot out of your visit with us. So thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Jim.
All right,
it's always
thanks.
a pleasure.
Thanks for watching Service Drive, exclusively on CBT News.